Hi faves, welcome to another episode of Nourish and Indulge, and today we are making Greek yogurts. Remember on the last episode I told you we're going to be making these Greek yogurts, and I'm going to be using some of the yogurt whey I got from my last batch. So I'm going to explain this to you very carefully. So here I have 8.5 cups of milk, and I am going to mix this thoroughly first with lukewarm, like a normal room temperature water. So now this process is very, very important. You need to understand it. You are going to use the amount of water, the amount of milk you put. For example, if you have 4 cups of milk, you use 4 cups of room temperature water. If you have 8 cups of milk, you use 8 cups of room temperature water. So when you do that, like for me in this video, I used 8.5, so I use 8.5 cups of water. I mix it thoroughly and then I sieve it to remove every lump. So after doing that, I then get 8.5 cups of hot water, very hot water. Now this process, like I said, is very, very important because you want to ensure that you get that mild, not too hot temperature. And the only way you can get it is by mixing very hot and cold water together. Now, this culture is what people will usually use. But like I said, I'm using my yogurt whey. Yogurt whey is the water you get from the previous yogurt you have made after using that culture. So if you are making yogurt for the first time, you will use the culture I posted on this video. And then after you have done that, you get the whey from the yogurt, which is that water in the blue container, and then you can start making several batches. So after that, I mixed 2 spoons of whey, and then I mixed it together and covered it in an airtight container, and I left it for 8 hours. Now I covered it, I went to keep it in my wardrobe because it needs that heat to ferment. Now after fermenting, this is what we have after 8 hours. And please, this timing is also very important. It shouldn't be more than 8 to 10 hours. So after 8 hours, this is what I have. And now, if I'm just going to make ordinary yogurts, maybe like, not Greek yogurts, I don't need to drain it. I just can whisk it from here, and then I'll get my perfect, consistency for yogurt. But because I want to make Greek yogurt, so that's why I'm draining it in this cheesecloth. So after putting it, you can see another way is coming out from this video. Now, that's one thing about yogurt making. The more you make yogurt, the more you have more way to make more yogurt. So I'm going to drain this. I ensure that I created a base in this bowl, and after putting it in, I put it in my fridge for 4 hours. And you can see I have my very, Greek yogurt. You can see that there's more way in that plastic yogurt. I just love that process. So now it's time to whisk. So I'm going to whisk, but I need some way to mix, and so that I can get the right consistency and the right texture that I want for this process. So now I think this video is especially for people that have a family. Even if you don't have a family, yogurt is very healthy. It is very healthy. If you need your probiotics, this is one thing that will give you that probiotics. So for this batch, I have this date syrup at home, and I just poured it inside to mix. So I'm going to mix these dates into, you can sweeten with anything. You can sweeten with honey. You can sweeten with sugar. I think at some point I used sugar to sweeten some. So like I said, I made that granola. I said it in the last video, and I'm just going to serve it. So, you can eat and not feel guilty. This is a bowl of goodness. So this batch I'm mixing with sugar. So because like I said, it's something for the family. So I always have, different one. I even leave some bland, like as an unsweetened yogurt. And guys, this is all we have on Nourish and Indulge. Thank you for watching. Bye.